Hey, what's up? This is Coach Pabon coming at you, and as promised, here's part 2 of the Q&A that I had to cut short the last time. So without further ado, enjoy the rest of the questions. Alright, why is good not good enough? And that question has to do with a saying that I tell a lot of my students and my athletes. If better is possible, good is not enough. So yes, if you can be good at something, you can do something relatively well, do it good, that's okay. But if you know that you can do better, then you should never settle for good. And that's what the meaning behind that quote. If better is possible, good is not enough, right? So if you can do better, do it. All right, next. When you retire, what do you plan on doing? I don't think I'm ever gonna retire. I'm always gonna be doing something productive. Yeah, so I don't know, I'll travel, I'll keep making YouTube videos, I'll always be coaching somehow, right? So that kind of stuff. Why did you become a teacher? Long story short, my background is in cyber analysis, cyber threat intelligence, and I went through a layoff. I was already doing a master's degree in education instructional technology. One thing led to another, an opportunity opened up for me to get into the school where I'm at now, Eastleigh County High School, and boom, there we are. I've always been teaching for most of my life since I was about 17, starting with martial arts, moving all the way through military, private sector when I was doing IT, cyber work, and training there, and then now teaching. So one thing led to another. Do you like your job as a teacher? Yes. What's your favorite part? Dealing with students and with athletes. I love the interaction. I love being able to, see that I'm going to become a positive impact in some young person's life. What's the least favorite thing about it? The paperwork, the administrative part. I think a lot of that stuff is still antiquated. We're behind the curve. We're still living in the industrial age when it comes to education. I don't want to go off on a rant there, but we need to get into the 21st century because we're here already. It's been 18 years. Alright, so that's that. Moving on. What do you like most about being a teacher? I answered that already. What made you a teacher for AVID? AVID is Advancement via Individual Determination. It's a college preparation course, and it's something I've always wanted to do because it gives me a little bit more flexibility in being able to be that positive impact and help guide students on their journey into adulthood and stuff like that. I wanted to do it from the first time I went to an AVID training, and then as soon as there was an opening, they needed a freshman AVID teacher. Boom, I jumped on it, asked if I could do it, and here we are. And I'm following that freshman class all the way up to their seniors and they graduate. So right now I have AVID for 10th graders. They were my freshmen last year. I'll have them next year as juniors and the year after that as seniors. And then when they graduate, we'll see what happens then. Do you worry about your AVID students messing up? I worry about all my students and all my athletes making poor decisions, right? I think of them as family. A lot of them are young enough to be my kids, okay? Because my youngest daughter is getting ready to graduate high school. And so, I worry about all my students, all my athletes. Did you feel if or when the oldest child left the house? Nervous, scared. He's my son. He's 23 now, but he's always gonna be, my little boy, my papito. And so yeah, I was worried. I'm nervous. I always worry about them, whether they're in the house or they're on their own. I'm always worried. What is something you would do if you had the opportunity and ability to do it? I would find a way to get paid to travel the world and just do honest reviews of, resorts and amusement parks and family stuff, and film it on video and put it out there on YouTube. If I could get paid to do that, that's what I would do. What are your goals for YouTube? To just keep uploading videos and content and get feedback from you guys, what you want to see, and just keep growing. I just like doing it. I like learning. I like learning how to edit my videos and improve there, and improve my content and my storytelling, and I just want to keep doing it just to document my everyday life. What kind of music do you listen to? I listen to just about everything. The main things I listen to is gonna be old school hip hop, R&B, old school R&B. I listen to salsa, merengue, bachata, old school freestyle from back in the 80s and the 90s. My freestyle people, right? Where you at? So that's that. But I listen to just about anything. Do you think everything should be unlocked on Chromebook for high schoolers only, but they would still be watched? To be honest, that's a hard question, and since my background is in cybersecurity, I'm gonna say no, because there is, there's a chance for lawsuit there, right? If they unlock everything, and you guys are underage, you're minors, right? And so they unlock everything, and something happens, and somebody gets access to your Chromebook because you clicked on something you shouldn't have, then the school district may be held responsible for whatever that is. Something happens on your Chromebooks, you access something you shouldn't access, or you watch something you shouldn't watch, right? The district could be held liable, even if you say you wouldn't do anything. You're a minor, you have no say in it. It's your parents and your guardians that have the final say, and it could make the district liable. So no, I don't think everything should be unlocked, but that's because of a legal standpoint there. All right. What was the craziest thing you have ever done? I don't know, there's a lot of stuff there. I've gone bungee jumping. Yeah, that's probably the craziest. I've gone bungee jumping. I do want to go skydiving. I've never been. So that's something on the bucket list. If you get a chance to see somebody famous, who would it be? Gary Vaynerchuk. Love to meet Gary Vaynerchuk in person. Casey Neistat, another YouTuber, I would love to meet him in person. And Eric Thomas, I would love to meet those three people in person. Maybe interview them on camera for my YouTube and for my students and my athletes. But those three right there, Gary V, Casey Neistat, and Eric Thomas. Alright. How are we running? How did you meet your wife, and how old were you? Okay, I was teaching martial arts at a school in New York, in the Bronx, off of Fordham Road on Kingsbridge, and I was a teacher there, and her sister were signed up as students. No, I did not teach her class, because I taught the adult class and I taught the advanced teen classes, and they were beginners. There was somebody else that taught their class, but that's where we met. And I think I was about 19 years old probably at that point in time. Alright, how did you and your wife, I answered that. Where did you propose to her? How long have you been married? I proposed to her in her mother's house in New York. It was a dinner, both families were there, so I proposed to her. I put the ring inside a glass of champagne. She didn't see it, and her aunt jumped the gun. Fefa jumped the gun and was like, don't you see it? Don't you see it? And yeah, she kind of ruined the surprise a little bit, but it was all fun and good, so that's fine. How long y'all been married? It is going on 24 years. Yeah, buddy. At what age did you get married? 23. How can I improve my grades? Do your work. I mean, it's as simple as that. Do your work. All right. Most schools, you have a bell ringer or bell work, something that's done right at the start of class when the bell rings. Right. Classwork, homework. Focus on those three things. Right. Everybody should get 100, or the equivalent of 100. It's worth 20 points, 20 out of 20 on bell work. You should never take a 0 on bell work. Right? Classwork should be close to 100. You should be 90s or better in classwork. And homework should probably be 80 or better depending on the subject, right? So if it's something like math and you did some problems wrong, then okay, so that's fine. But you should be getting 80s or better on homework, okay? And never leave it blank, and don't ever tell the teacher like, oh, I didn't understand the problem, so I didn't do it. You gotta at least try, write it down, and go through at least 1, 2, 3 steps until you get stuck. Take it to your teacher and say, hey, I made an attempt, and this is where I got stuck, because now the teacher sees that you're making an effort, right? So bell work, classwork, and homework, you do those, you should be good. You should be good. And you max the points on bell work, classwork, and homework. Even if you ding a test, the other 3 grades, they should kind of cushion the blow of dinging a test. And if you do the other 3 grades on your own, on time, chances are you're not going to be dinging too many tests. So that's that. How old were you when you got your tattoo? I was 23 years old when I got my first tattoo. I had just finished boot camp. It was graduation weekend, and I went to a tattoo shop that wasn't too far from the base. Small tattoo on the back of my shoulder. Boom, 23. Not 14, 15, 16. I got some students that are young and they got tattoos already, which is fine. That's fine, as long as parents know and they give them permission. Some of the tattoos are actually really nice. All right. Would you be doing what you do if you didn't have kids? I don't know. I can't picture my life without my kids. You know, I can't even imagine what my life would be like if I didn't have any children. My children kept me young, I think. You know, so I'm not sure. Probably something similar to what I'm doing now, but you know, that's a hard one to answer. Don't know. Okay. Oh, whoever wrote this wrote it with a highlighter. Oh, which branch of the military is better for people who don't want to go into combat? You know, doesn't matter which branch. What matters is the career field. All right. So which job you pick. You can be in the Army and never see combat. Okay, ever. Like, I've met people that have retired from the United States Army and never engaged in actual combat, not even once. Now, they've been deployed to Afghanistan or Iraq or other places where there were combat operations going on, but they themselves never engaged in combat because their career field, their MOS, their job just didn't call for that. It didn't require that, you know. So they might have been working in human resources, or they might have been working in one of the medical fields. Okay, and so they're not picking up a rifle or some other kind of firearm or something like that, engaging the enemy, or going on patrols or anything like that, right? So it really doesn't matter the branch as much as it does the career field. Also today, so many things are joint operations anyway, right? You got Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines working together. I knew an Army colonel that said he had people in his command in Iraq that was from all four branches, right? So it really just depends, I think, mainly on the career field. So you just got to be wise about picking what job, not necessarily the branch. All right. What are your favorite scents? I don't know. You know, I don't have a favorite. I use Curve. I have used Drakkar in the past. I use CK, a lot of the Calvin Klein scents. There was one that I used to really like, and I just haven't seen it. I don't even know if they make it anymore. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But it was called Egoist. That was like one that I really liked when I was younger. And so if I can find that one, I'll probably go ahead and buy that one. Why did you move to Lehigh Acres? Long story short, my parents lived here already. I used to bring my kids down to stay over the summer, and so when it was time for us to move down here to Florida, bam, you know, you go to where you know already, where you feel a little comfortable. I'm gonna leave this one for another video because it's already long. Okay, and with that, we are, you know what, let me go ahead and answer that one that I was gonna skip. Who is your favorite artist? I don't know if I have a favorite artist, but I would have to say, like, somebody that I really liked and respected a lot was Whitney Houston, because she could sing, like sing. Didn't need music, didn't need anything. Her voice was phenomenal. So Whitney Houston would have to be there. Alicia Keys is another one that I really liked a lot. The voice is phenomenal. They don't need, you know, the singing gymnastics and playing with notes and stuff. Like, they could just sing. Alright, so, and with that, I think we're done with this Q&A session. I do have more index cards and more questions to answer, but that'll have to be for another video. Alright, with that, Coach Pabon out. Thanks for watching.